Hello champions, so this is gonna be an exclusive talk for NEET 2025 aspirant. I know this is the time where you are giving exclusive time for all the academic related videos, but let me tell you the time which we are going to spend with each other through this video would last hardly for 10 to 12 minutes. But in this time, I can assure you that each one of you will be having a next level clarity. I know there are certain things which keep hovering in your mind during your preparation nowadays, be it how to clear the backlog, be it what should be the best revised, best mastery plan to revise all the chapters, or be it the beautiful time management game. Because you are preparing for the exam where one question to be solved in 1 minute. There will be an aspect where you will solve one question in 4 minutes, and there will be certain areas where you can solve 3 to 4 questions in a minute. So don't you think it's a beautiful game of time management? Yes, it is. And in this video, I am going to have a touch point on all such concerned areas which may be happening during your preparation, and I'll try to fix that as well. Isn't it? So without any delay, let's start our discussion. But before I get into this discussion, let me tell you which are the questions which keep hovering in your life at moment during your preparation. One aspect could be to have certain backlogs. The backlog reason could be you were absent the day when chapter was taught in the class, or the reason could be you were present in the class but you could not grab the concept properly. Whatsoever is the aspect of backlog, but it is very, very important before you appear into the final exam, you are clear with all the backlogs. It's always a say, having some incomplete information is worse than having no information at all. Because you are going to write an exam where one mistake will be resulting into -5 marks. Isn't it? So whatever information you have, make sure it is complete, it is meaningful, and it is resulting into marks, right? So it's very important that you clear your backlog. You forgot the concepts quickly. When I say quickly, the moment you are being asked to write a test, you are a part of an assessment, you are going through, let's say, physics, chemistry, zoology, botany subjects, and such kind of error happens during writing an exam that at the right time you are unable to recall that particular concepts. But do you think you can afford such kind of things on your final exam? The answer is again no. It's very important that how do you ensure that such kind of things are not happening? You don't have enough time to complete the syllabus. There could be some students, those who are listening this video, are sitting with a mindset that, sir, I am done with at least one round of revision, or even one round of revision also has not happened for you. So is it sufficient that in the remaining 2 months of time, I'll be in a position to complete my syllabus? Big answer is yes, right? But how it is, let me tell you. And those who are absolutely on the track of syllabus, revision, and giving amazing time towards their NEET 2025 preparation, but the moment they are being asked to write the test, and test itself is a very vibratory term, isn't it? Because we live in a society where test means performance and performance means future. But this is not the time where you take such equation. Maybe you are writing the test, that's a very good attitude. My preference would be you to participate in the test. With time, you should definitely be concerned about your performance, because we are just 2 months left with the final exam. So it is a time where not only your participation, rather your performance also has to be looked after. But you not need to get concerned if there is little bit fluctuation in your performance. If fluctuation gap is huge, for example, in the previous test, you scored, let's say, 550 marks, and in next test, you came down to 450. This 100 marks delta, it's a big concern. This should not happen. If the difference is coming of 20 marks, 30 marks, it's manageable, but the delta need to be looked after, right? So this is also one touch point which I'll be talking. What things we are going to discuss in this conversation is revised NEET pattern. The moment NTA has launched, the NEET will be followed with the old tradition, that is 180 question, 180 minute. For some of you, you were having a smile on your face, but some of you were thinking, is it a good decision? Let me tell you what is the aspect, what is the intervention of experts over here. When it is section A and section B, they have been providing a good number of questions, 30 question in section A, 20 question in section B. And out of that, you need to attempt any of the 15 question. We will see how this decision is creating a competition and how you need to tackle this. Role of time management, very important aspect. You are preparing for an exam where 180 question, 180 minute, and it include 2 years syllabus, class 11th, class 12th. Whatever you have been working so hard for this particular day, and all are going to measure your performance, your achievements, the way you respond in those 3 hours. It is very, very important aspect that you plan it out very beautifully. So role of time management is superb in this exam. In a nutshell, I can say this exam is a beautiful game of speed and accuracy, right? Mastering revision, very important aspect. You should know that how to make a good balance in the revision, theory part, numerical aspect, and also the assessment, because these are the 3 important tools which you need to live on a daily basis. Best way to clear the backlogs. I am nowhere telling you that you live in a perception of high weightage topics or no skip attitude. I would say you have to adopt the second one. No chapter skip attitude, right? So it's very important that you go through each and every chapter, clear every single backlog, because every chapter has a beautiful contribution in your success. Every chapter has a beautiful contribution in your marks. So you can't go with this predefined filter that let me also apply a filter from your side, right? Not required. Mock test strategy, very, very important thing. After spending good amount of time on theory, on numerical aspect, you should appear into the mock test. And here again, the game is not only of participation. It's all about how do you convert your mock test strategy into the result. And last but not the least, error analysis. And when I say error analysis, I don't mean to say that you should have a tool where you upload your assessment and get a predefined error analysis. No. This is the time where you need to do self-error analysis. Yes, you heard it right. Self-error analysis. It's the time where you accept your mistakes, write it down, and make sure before you write the next exam, you are going back the mistakes which you had attempted in the previous attempt and you are not repeating it, right? So I'll tell you how to maintain that format and how that format will result into a good performance. So let's start with, starting with the revised NEET pattern. You all know now there is no section B. So earlier the pattern used to be 30 question in section A and 20 question in section B, isn't it? And out of that you need to solve any 15 question. But now this is no more active. You have straightforward 45 question, right, in all the subjects: physics, chemistry, zoology, botany. Botany, when it comes, 90 questions. Sorry, zoology plus botany, 90 questions, right? By one way it is good. What? In section B, earlier there used to be 20 question and you were asked to solve 15 question. But do you think you will approach directly the questions which you wanted to solve? No. You need to go through each and every question which is being listed in section B. Yes or no? You will see question number 1 to 20 and that's how you will give the ranking, that these are the 15 questions which I am going to have a touch point. It is a time consuming process. Now you might satisfy yourself, sir, they were giving 20-minute extra. But 20-minute extra was not for one subject. It was for whole the question paper. Yes or no? So this is one way. Now they have given you certain amount of questions. There is no duality in thought process that should I do this or should I do that? No. It will definitely bring down the cutoff this year bit lesser, for sure. right? One way. So by one way, it is absolutely good. Second positive aspect, again, you have a condition, you are putting your all best possible thought process, your formula, your related content in front of that, rather living in a duality that I think that question is better to do. You won't be living in that duality thought process, right? There is a question, you have to do it, right? So by any aspect you talk about, removing section B is always a favorable, you know, aspect for the student. You might say, कि sir, in section B, we have an opportunity to filter out the question. It is. It is. So by one way, it was good as well. But again, I am saying, कि going back to only one straightforward pattern of NEET is always favorable, because you have seen how the cutoff was last year. Isn't it? It's not a question of one student or 10 student or 1,000. It's a matter of 15 to 16 lakh NEET aspirant. Isn't it? So such kind of things really contribute. This is the time where you need to live in a thought process, one question, 1 minute. Again, as I mentioned, in bio segment, you will have an opportunity where you are solving more than a question in a minute. But when it comes to physics, chemistry, there will be some stages where one question might take more than a minute. But in a nutshell, if I wanted to tell you, any question paper you analyze of previous year NEET, any question paper you analyze, 32 questions, 32, almost. These are the questions which are one-liner based, right? Means there is a question, you apply a relevant formula or relevant concept, and next line would be the answer. For many students, their selection lies here. But unfortunately, they put some of the questions which play around you, or maybe they frame those questions, they position those questions in a question paper in a way that you get a holistic feel that today's question paper is really difficult. But believe you me, your selection is not being decided on those questions. Your selection is lying here, right? So this is the time where you start adopting, prioritizing, that there are 45 questions, which all question I need to approach in stage 1, stage 2, right? And this is the time where in 3 hours, you are going to replicate, you are going to execute your 2-year syllabus learning. So these 3 hours has to be planned as the most beautiful hours of your life, of your career. Because these 3 hours are going to decide which college you are gonna be a part of it. Which course are you going to pursue as your career? Isn't it? So it's very important that other than having a knowledge of physics, chemistry, zoology, botany, you are giving a beautiful time that how do you make it out? How do you handle those 3 hours peer pressure? Isn't it? So let's proceed further. So first and foremost thing is, this is the time where many of you will keep searching on Google that suggests high weightage topic, low weightage topic. But as an expert, I strongly recommend have no chapter skip attitude. If you ask that suggest high weightage topic, Google will never recommend semiconductor and devices, because it contribute hardly 1 or 2 questions every year. But when you see the percentage, it goes lesser than 5%. Isn't it? Google will not suggest it because it works on data science. So higher percentage will be placed on the higher ranking. But do you think to answer 1 or 2 questions of semiconductor, you need to be really, really intelligent in physics? Answer is big no. If you are very basic, having a fundamental knowledge on that topic, familiar with the standard, how the logic gates operate, what is the formula, what is the input and output condition, what is the basic understanding of the other functions like transistor and other things, or maybe how to define the semiconductor types, the priority of N type or P type, it will definitely help you to answer that question. But if you go with the stat, it won't suggest you to deal with that chapter. So that is the reason I strongly say have no chapter skip attitude. You don't know that one question can make you and one question can break you. You are a part of an exam where one question may push you out of the competition. So please do not live with any such attitude where you skip any chapter. Don't do that. Work on conceptual gaps, numerical weakness, and incomplete strategy. Very, very important thing. You are writing the test, you know which are the concepts which are not responding you well. Sit with your faculties, look into the relevant videos which are available to you, but make sure you have at least a basic level clarity in each and every concept. It's very important, very, very important. Numerical weakness. Many students writing NEET exam don't touch numerical aspect, stating a very silly small reason that I was not having mathematics in my class 11th and 12th. So what? Do you think we need to do PhD in mathematics to deal with these questions? Answer is no. You are supposed to learn the basic fundamentals of integration, differentiation, trigonometry, graphs. And gentlemen, those tools are there to help you out. Those tools are there to make your dreams come true. You can't go with this mentality that I really don't like mathematics. This attitude will not be very favorable in the line of your dream, right? So this is the time where you start loving, you start accepting the basic numerical understanding even in physics. Believe you me, no deeper understanding of mathematics is required to deal the questions in physics. There are questions which are, categorized as the difficult question. And surprisingly, those questions are not difficult because of physics. Those questions seems to be difficult because of mathematics involved in this. So you need to understand how to decouple physics and mathematics. Very important aspect. Mind map. You all have been writing your notes. You maintained your all the proper work which you have copied from the classroom. This is the time where you start working on the mind maps specifically for bio. And when it comes to physics and chemistry, I strongly recommend one-pager notes. Now, one question may come in your mind, sir, how to make one-pager notes? So I'll suggest, what are the materials you are referring in your day-to-day schedule? I would say the NCERT mandate, yes, even in physics, chemistry as well. NCERT, then your module, then your class note. Whatever revision you are doing at moment. Revision means what? Many students live in wrong definition of revision. Revision means they say there are certain module, NCERT module class notes, and they are keep turning the page. That's not called revision. Revision means what? You know certain aspect and you don't need any material to look after. Close your eyes. Whatever you can recall in your mind related to that particular concept or particular chapter, that is called revision. Revision doesn't mean that you have module, you have certain aspect, certain material in front of you and you keep turning the page, keep writing it. That's not revision. You are still in the first phase of preparing the chapter. So please have an understanding about revision. I'm talking about revision. So in physics and chemistry, generally we refer all these module, NCERT module and class notes. What you are supposed to do, keep all three in front of you, take a piece of paper and go through concept by concept. Suppose today you are learning about rolling motion, for example. Rolling motion, a subtopic of rotational dynamic. So what you need to do? Go through NCERT, see what is the context of NCERT which is mentioned in rolling motion. Just write the major pointers, that what is the condition of rolling, what is the point of contact velocity in rolling motion, pure rolling motion, impure rolling motion, right? At the same time, go through your module. Whatever module you are referring at moment, go through it. See, is there any add-on related to this subtopic in your module? If yes, copy it. Add-on. Whatever is the add-on given in your module, copy it. And then refer your class notes. Must to have class notes. Refer your class note and again see, is there any add-on which was discussed by your teacher related to this subtopic? If answer is yes, again keep adding. Then go through the relevant numericals, any standard graph in that particular topic, copy it. What I'm saying, any graph or any standard, I would say formula or whatsoever it is. This become one pager. Imagine I'm asking you, how will you revise before a week of your NEET exam? Are you still going to refer all these three material, NCRT module class note? I think answer is no. How are you going to revise? You need a certain material which gives a holistic presentation of all the three modules. And answer is one pager. Don't search it on Google. You won't find it. You are the person who are going to build those one pager. How to build? I have told you. Keep all these things in front of you. Take the best out of it. Make your one pager. And do it for all the chapters. Believe you me, either you know that particular concept or you don't know. Go through it. Make your one pager and make a beautiful booklet of your whole syllabus. Be it for physics, for chemistry, zoology and botany. In your day schedule, you should give exclusive time for this activity. And that become one pager which you only know. Nobody else can decode the understanding behind that one pager, isn't it? And that become one of the handouts for you even before the NEET exam. If you wanted to do a quick revision, just turn the page, go through it. You will be able to recall so many things. So please, when it comes to bio, you can do this similar task in bio also, but I highly recommend to do it in physics and chemistry, right? One pager. I have told you the format, start doing it, and it will definitely help you to take your performance, your revision to the next level. When it comes to writing the mock test, so you are participating it, highly appreciable. You are working on your error, highly appreciable. But do you know what kind of error are you attempting in the exam? If no, go through it. Whenever we write an exam, we generally commit three kind of mistake. One is lack of recall. You are unable to recall the relevant concept at the given time and you have committed that question wrongly. Mathematical error, which largely happens for the NEET aspect, because as I mentioned earlier, they don't like maths. But this is the time where you need to start loving mathematics. This is the time where you need to start loving mathematics, because this is going to help you to decode lot many questions, especially in physics, right? Mathematical error. And the third error which we generally commit is the conceptual error. Now, how these categories of error are going to help you? Whenever you write any test, suppose yesterday you wrote a part syllabus test or full syllabus test. Once you are done with the test, do this. So write first category. In physics, how many questions were from lack of recall? How many questions were from mathematical error? And how many questions were from conceptual error? Just write the count. For example, out of 45 questions, you have attempted 15 questions wrongly. You could not, right? Wrongly attempted. Out of 15, how many are lack of recall? Let's say 4. How many are from mathematical error? Let's say 6. And how many are conceptual error? Let's say 5. Put it. This become 15. Now you know, you are not seeing it that I have attempted 15 questions wrongly. No, you are very specific now. You are saying I have committed 15 questions wrong, but out of that 5 are from conceptual error. And what is the best solution to fix it? Connect with your faculty. Very important. Go through the relevant videos, go through the relevant material, but fix it. It's a serious most. If you ask me, which one can you solve? Which one can you correct out of this? Lack of recall. It's under your control. You can fix it. Mathematical error, under your control. You can fix it. But when it comes to conceptual error, Either you need to go through the material over and over again, but if you wanted to fix it in a less span of time, contact your faculty. Tell them clearly, okay, sir, in yesterday's exam, I have attempted this question wrongly. Can you help me in fixing this? This is the time where you start doing it. Fix this before you write the next test. Once you are done with this, you will be having a better confidence. So it's very, very important that how do you handle the errors. So in this video, I have largely talked on master your revision. Very important. I have told you how to make your one-pager diagram, one-pager, numerical weakness, no chapter skip attitude. Again, I am emphasizing no chapter skip attitude. Then I have spoken about the revised pattern of NEET. There is no section B activation now, only section A, 45 question, 45 minute, and so on. So I believe in this time we could spare a good information. So time management, doing a mastery in revision in the remaining 2 months, and how to do self-error analysis is gonna be the key contributor in your success. So wishing you all the very best. Thank you so much.